Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something I don't think I've ever actually done before, and it's not that we're doing something different with a list, it's for doing something with what I've chosen to play. So, normally, I will come in with a game plan, I'll come in with a list I want to play or anything like that, or something I want to try new, something a bit different, and I've got a sort of a theme behind the video. And I sat down to record and I was looking through my sort of list of ideas. If you have any ideas, feel free to send them across, by the way. But what I did just think is, strange enough for me, I just want to play this Extilior Stitchy list again. That's just what I wanted to do. And for me, an Extilior list in itself is usually quite low down on my options list. And I found this so much fun the last few times I played it. I just want to go back and play it again. And I'm going to indulge myself, basically. I'm going to let myself have that chance to go in and play it one more time. So, the list itself, we're starting off obviously with Extilior, who's going to be appearing here in the middle in just a moment. We've got Maximus over here as our 1-drop, got a couple of 2-drops in Deadeye, Beatris Enforcer and Stitchy McPatchy. So at the moment I'm really liking having both Deadeye and Beatris in sort of potentially slower lists, because if you get second wind you can choose between those two or a Shrapnel, and I think these provide really good flexibility in the early game, or you can just save the Cinder if you want. We've got Blindsider Eztli as a good curve filler for 3, and then we've got Florio Lancer and Quetzalli to finish off the end game there. So in this list I tend not to play Quetzalli as much as I do in others because it's not quite as aggressive, but it really can do the job when you need it. So I'm just going to jump into a few games and have some fun. Like I said, I don't usually do this, but I'm really looking forward to playing this list, and it's just been something I've enjoyed doing recently. If you've enjoyed watching the channel recently, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. We're doing really well on subscriptions at the moment. I'd love to keep this going. Keep that push towards 250 subs going as quick as we possibly can, and I want to just get it growing as fast as we can do, ready for all the new content that's going to be heading our way. I'm super excited, and hopefully you guys are too. So I'm going to wait for this loading screen, and once we've got a game, I'll see you in there. Okay, our queue has just popped for our first game, and let's see what we find ourselves up against. So we're obviously spawning there on the snow. Oh, we've got another Extilior player. I get the feeling this might be Dragon Raven, because I've seen Dragon Raven a few times with an Extilior list using the 50 on the Season Pass skin, Deathbot Extilior, without any paint job on there, so it might be Dragon Raven. Okay, so out of these have got 3 good assists, Stasis, Vortex, Plink, with 3 mediocre, Lifeline, Recall, Cinder Infusion. I kind of feel like Plink is quite good, because in this matchup it can actually be good for a back and forth. Yeah, it is Dragon Raven. Instructions. Okay, so we're just going to move forward. Because they've played Extilior, we can just deploy really far forward with our Maximus without having to worry. And they can't get into range. And this should be a really solid option for us. So maybe actually we've deployed too far over. Okay, so they've deployed up there. We don't have an angle over there, so what we're going to do is just come down here, take our couple of shots, move in a way that should keep us out of line of sight. Little gap here so we don't get trapped. Keep the blink going. And then here, we're going to move somewhere so it's harder for Maximus to hit us without going straight down, shooting through Extilior. And then we can just work things out this way. I actually think we probably do just place Deadeye somewhere safe. Maybe even like back here. I feel this could be a pretty safe Deadeye placement. I don't want to take any undue risks, and we're in a position where we can... There we go, yeah, so they're going to have to run away now, which is good for us. They can move in, get these shots and move back, that's fine. Okay, but now they've got 4 Cinder and we don't, but we have got potentially 3 damage coming into them. And that's their Shrapnel. Okay, so take our shots on Extilior. Okay, we did get it. So Shrapnel can move all the way over here, so we just want to move just about here.
Awaiting directive.
We're obviously going to blink here. There's no reason to blink anything else.
Beats being in a lab, huh?
So what can we do with that here? So we're actually going to move here to make Beatris even less likely to be able to hit our... What's his name? Maximus. I forgot Maximus' name for a second. Move over here to make sure... Again, we're just trying to keep as safe as possible. We might want to go up there for another angle next turn. So we're just going to take this for now.
We need this.
It's fine missing that. We could Beatris, we could Blindsider Eztli here. Yeah, I think we actually want to Eztli here, especially having a lifeline. Because now they can't really kill it very easily without committing a lot to it. And we've still got the pressure being put forward here. So this is what we wanted. We wanted them to have to move away from our Extilior so we can start moving in. Well, that crit is brutal. That's just lost us our turn next turn. We could hope for a miss here, but it's not going to happen. So now that's put us in a much worse spot. And if they deploy something here, or Disruptor even. Vortex to trap. Oh no, they're just coming for us. Okay, well, I'm not sure I agree on that front. We can hit back here. Have they got... Okay, Ion Storm, yeah, that makes more sense. So hopefully we do get a hit. No, we got the miss again. And the spin, but they did hit their own Shrapnel, which at least is a bit of a positive for us. Okay, so we're still going to send Maximus up here to try and get a shot onto Extilior. We did get at least one, we could see that here. Got both, which is perfect. Now we're forced into here. I think we're just trapping them in place. So we're bringing Deadeye down to try and just take a shot. Although, I don't even hate doing this. It's a better shot. We still get to do this here. What provides the most damage? I think we're going to play Beatris in here to trap things. And then we're going to play a Stitchy McPatchy down here. Oh yeah, Shrapnel's trapped as well, so yeah. With Stitchy down here, I think we're in a great spot.
Here's an idea.
So if we hit this, we take 2 back down to 12. And they'd have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage onto us, so I think we just... Given that we're possibly going to miss, I think we take this because if we do hit, there we go. We did hit, and this gives us a good chance for next turn. So like we said, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They don't have enough to kill us here. They don't have any way of moving us out of the way. Both of these are trapped, and we've got plenty of damage coming this way next turn. If I were them, I think I'd have even considered moving up here to try and move block Deadeye, or just even find a way to block line of sight here. I think that would be the best option. So we know that Dragon Raven does play a Scattervine actually, so maybe this could be a Scattervine turn. Because if this is Scattervine and they get a good hit... Oh no, they're going to be just short, so... A couple of big crits here would do it. Yeah, there's nothing this can be except Scattervine if this wants to matter, or maybe... I mean, a Defense Dome, or... Yeah, no, this is game here. We've got this. So we just lifeline here to make sure, just in case we get hit on a crit in the backswing. Sword of Justice, and kill Dragon Raven again. Amazing. So, good game. We found ourselves in a strong position. I think there I could have actually maybe not worried about this and maybe shielded myself. It could have been a safer play, just in case, because there was that whole line of triple Scattervine could have killed us there, but all in all, a good game. Oh, nearly leveled him up. If we win another game, we should be able to do this. But yeah, again, this list has just been so much fun for me. I just really want to keep going. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I like having the early aggressive options. I like having the ability to put out loads of damage with Extilior himself. The faster movement speed feels nice. I just really am enjoying playing this list. And it's good because for a while I didn't enjoy Extilior as much. I found him a bit too slow. He was easily chipped down, that sort of thing. But now, absolutely just keen to get involved on this. And continue to jump on the robot train, basically. Ooh, another opponent. So against a Zax this time. I quite like that sort of neon-y paint job. So this is awkward because they can clearly just zone us out of here. So Escape Hatch is bad, but it does involve Quetzalli here. Vortex and Nano Shield's good. But I think Escape Hatch Stim Burst does it for me. I love Stim Burst. So against Island Sun. I've never played them before as far as I've known. They're level 30. So it's quite nice to come across a player that I'm not familiar with, especially one that's got a decent level. And they've got quite a fun looking paint job. They've just taken the default Zax paint job and just gone a little bit ham on the body. Okay, if that had hit, I think I'd have been slightly sad. Such an early turn to be hit in the face would have been pretty brutal. Okay, so they're just going for Maximus. So
At peak efficiency.
oh, nearly accidentally used Shield of Hope there. That would have been bad. So I think here's about as safe as we can get. It might have a line there, but I didn't think they did, but they might do. Let's put this down here.
Let's make history.
You know what? I'm not actually convinced that this was a good placement until I think that might have been pretty bad. But if we can get in range for Stim Burst next turn, then this is much better. We could potentially even just block Maximus in a corner. We're making them hopefully come to us, but I'm not convinced I positioned these correctly. That I feel a bit better about. But if we just get to go... If they deploy something else here, we're blocking that in with a Beatris or a Shrapnel or something. Oh, Titonia. Okay, I was not expecting that. Where's Max going to go? Oh, we did place it just right. Perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So, honestly, now I think now is the time for a Stim Burst.
Assistance.
So we're just going to try and
Is your will.
basically move up here. And we've got 2 units that we can deploy. So, first thing we're going to do is just take some damage onto... We'll put some damage onto Maximus. And let's be honest, probably put him over here, I feel. Gain some extra cinder.
Diversion.
I think we've got Beatris here to split them up slightly.
With you till the
And
end.
we're going to pop Deadeye in. What we want to do is put Deadeye somewhere that they can struggle to get out of, even if they knock us back slightly. So I feel like here is probably... Here's probably about right. This feels good to me. So next turn we've got our escape hatch so we can run anywhere. They can't get both of us. Yeah, so they could potentially kill Deadeye here, but it's a lot of investment. It's going to cost their entire turn in terms of Cinder and all of their attacks. And they're going to leave Titonia just out in the middle. This feels like an Ion Storm, maybe? It doesn't look like anything other than Ion Storm. Oh, is that forward? Oh, interesting. So they have got the way to get out. So that's fine here. Again, if they're using Titonia, that's literally something we're happy with. Especially if they're just using it for 2 damage onto our captain. Now they can't even kill our units at all. So how this plays out is going to be interesting. Apologies for that notification, by the way. That was my Facebook, not yours. I didn't realise it was still open, so I apologise for that. I will sort that out in just a moment. So they haven't attacked anything yet, and they've got a little bit of time to go.
You try balancing all dead.
They've left us in range of Taria, which is great for us. Is that just... Was that it? Corrosive to deal an extra damage. And now Max is in trouble. Did they get to move again? They did not. Okay, so now we're in a good spot here. So we can
What is
just
this armor made of?
come over and start poking things, basically.
Beats being in a lab.
I honestly think we actually just move to here. Keep the guaranteed damage coming in.
Raising defenses.
Move up this way, get some... Yeah, so we'll just have to go damage onto Titonia. Apologies again for all the Facebook notifications that you're going to be getting.
Executing.
Oh, I forgot my lucky
So
cravat.
Maximus over here, I think. And now we've got 3 Cinder, so... I think popping Blindsider Eztli down here and just trapping Taria in place could be pretty good. So he's got 6 health, so in theory could live. Maybe it's just better to pop him down over here. He's going to be safer. We've got Stim Burst next turn. And we've got free Quetzalli next turn as well. I don't want to use it any other time.
Our time is limited.
Yeah, I think this is where we want to be. So again, this is just my way of playing lists at the moment, is I really enjoy just taking out the crews. I want to save my resources for as and when I need them. We can just place Quetzalli down if we need to. And I think this gives us a lot of options of just getting onto the opponent. Quetzalli Stim Burst is fantastic. We've got a free Quetzalli if we need it. We can use abilities. We've got loads of things to do here. The one thing we can't do at the moment is do anything to save Beatris, apart from maybe play
Don't touch.
that. Interesting. So Florio is obviously an issue, but I feel like it's an issue that we either ignore or we just start fully dealing with. Like, this can kill here, the cost of 1 cinder. Beatris is going to get Stim Burst next turn, so we can move. We're going to have access to lots of things. Like, they can move down here, so that's not ideal for us if they go down here, start damaging our units, but yeah, so going for both of these I think is the... Oh no, but they don't have any cinder. Oh, we just run away from this now. Yeah, Zax is going to knock Beatris back, I assume, or... That's all fine. So we're probably going to Stim Burst these guys and just head up here, I think. So let's Stim Burst all of these.
Manipulating. Input orders.
I'm going to move over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use Quetzalli first in a random location and see if we can get a good positioning. Here's great.
Nice and limber.
Wait, can we not actually make it all the way around? Okay. Interesting. So I guess here then we're just going to be...
Stretching my hammies.
Do we want to spend a 4 cinder on something? Yeah, let's play 4 cinder on Shrapnel. Or do we just... Maybe even play Sorry and Florio? No, I think we want to play Shrapnel first. Just over here. In fact, let's just go all in on Zax, I think. No, we're going to place it here so that we can spin.
What's that, Barry?
So we're going to Sword of Justice here. Hit our melee attack. Going to bring Eztli in here as well.
A leaf on a wind.
What is this armor made of?
Perfect shots.
Want me? I'm right over here. Watching me dance.
I think we've got Deadeye. Yeah. I completely forgot about all the units down here, I'll be completely honest. You can see me then just like going into speed play. I literally forgot there was anything even down here for a minute. I think we've got them trapped here. I don't think there's much they can do. We've got more than enough damage coming in. We've got Quetzalli to follow up. Like, what can they really do? They can bombard things, sure, but between these two units alone we've got enough damage, so unless they kill our captain here, I don't see a way out. They can deploy a 1-drop here, but they're probably not going to have any left. This all feels absolutely fine to me. I think we've put ourselves in a really good spot to just finish this off. Especially if we just... Shrapnel can't actually move up there, so we're going to have to just go for some little bits of synergy. Well, not synergy, but as in, like, use Quetzalli well. That was a weird little jump for everyone around it there. But yeah, I think if we can get an angle over here as well, we'll be absolutely fine, because we can just give additional accuracy to Maximus and shoot this way. Might be able to get around here with this guy, Extilior. Might be here with Extilior and over here with Beatris or something like that. I think we've got plenty of options here. This could be a mine. Yeah, this mine works. Of course it does, right.
Eager to please.
I mean, this is the first thing to do just because it's the most fun. Okay, we hit the mine. That's what we wanted here.
Got plans soon.
So we'll take our 2 shots at the mine here. And just move out of the way.
Want some talus fruit?
Deadeye can just move up here. Buff herself. Take the shot. And then we just go for the finish.
Something rough on you?
Amazing.
Okay.
Killed our own unit at the end there. That's another good game there. I think I really do have fun with this list. I think it's just, it turns around quick enough. The ability to turn and kill the captain at short notice is really important to me, because like in a lot of the lists, I'd love it if we could go for long drawn out games and build things up bit by bit. But personally, I tend to find that it's quite important to know that once you've got ahead in the game, you can turn on the captain and finish things from there. So that's what I like to try and do. and that's exactly how I like to play these lists. I think this list, especially being an Extilior list, really has that potential. So I'm going to jump into one more game, and hopefully we can have another fun one for the video. Okay, we've got another game straight away. I have now switched over so you won't be getting any Facebook notification sounds anymore, and we can jump into our third and final game of this video. So here's our beautiful Extilior, and what is our opponent going to be? Okay, we've got the same Zax, so hopefully this will go just as well for us this time. I think Stim Burst is too good on Extilior to pass up on, so I just think that's what I'm going to take almost every game. I do think this is going to be a little bit more of a cautious approach, because they can move to there and get a good angle on us straight away. So we're going to just stay a little bit cagey and play our Maximus in the little safety divot. Like I said before, I say this all the time, but that little divot, in theory, you should be able to move there without being shot by anything. It did look like there was a slight angle they could shoot us from then. So Stim Burst here for us is good, especially if they deploy forwards, but we're going to Stim Burst either way. Oh, bit of a...
In control.
Okay, it did work.
Like my battle mask?
So we're just going to move down here with our little Maximus.
Ready.
Straight forwards with Extilior.
Calculating.
And most importantly, we need to protect our units here. So we could place Beatris down here and just go for that approach, which honestly does protect pretty much everything we've got on the battlefield. That means they have to run away. The other option is playing Deadeye and just applying more pressure, and it also does a fairly good job of defending here as well. So I'm going to go for Deadeye because they haven't played anything yet, and it just gives us extra units in the battlefield that are more likely to deal damage next turn. Especially with Corrosive as well, we can deal a little bit of extra damage. Okay, so if they just move back and shoot, this is fine. If they move up here, that's even better for us. We just want to make them have less options. The nice thing about this is we can shoot and then move now, which wasn't an option previously. So this is just sort of giving us the ability to move around a little. This looks like a Florio. Yep, that's a Florio. So now what we're going to do is just change tack completely and start just... Do you know what? They only have 3 Cinder next turn, so we can actually just ignore him completely and just carry on the same strategy. So bring this back here. I think we were
right over here.
Yeah, we were just short of having a good line of sight here, so we'll just take 33% hits. We did get one, which is excellent.
Your commands.
Just move in this direction. And now because they can't activate Florio, I just want to play Blindsider Eztli down and just push out damage as soon as possible. I don't see why not, to be honest. Maybe at that point I should have Corrosive just for an extra point of damage, but now we've got potentially, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage next turn? Okay, that Corrosive isn't going to do anything if they try to activate Florio. I don't think they've thought this through. Oh, are they trying to Cinder Infusion thinking it gives you an extra Cinder? No, that was just Disruptor. Ooh, this has not been a good turn for Island Sun. I think they found themselves in a pretty awkward spot here. So they can go here and try and get a crit and make use of the Corrosive. They can go here, kill the more threatening target. They could place a Scattervine, I guess? Like a Scattervine here, and this would work.
Let's make history, people.
Okay, so now I'm just concerned as to why they didn't play Maximus turn 1. I don't think this is worth anything. I think that's just a waste of Cinder, to be honest. With our Stim Burst here, we're going to be able to run straight down here, and honestly we might even be... Yeah, we're going to be able to get almost out of Florio range. So that's not ideal for them at all. And in fact, Florio's just moved away. We're out already, so we're going to be able to just keep moving away from this point. Okay, yeah, so this is a Stim Burst turn. Like this can nearly make it anyway, but we might as well just Stim Burst here and apply pressure as we can. Funnily enough, even though there's a Florio up here, I think killing their Maximus helps keep us alive a little bit longer. So we're going to just spread out into different angles.
Come on, fellas.
And back down here.
What is your will?
And we're just going to go for damage now. We can deal 9 damage here alone. Get the spin in.
Stretching my hammies.
Can get into range for this. We're going to play Beatris first. Just back here.
Now we're talking.
We might as well just go for this now. It doesn't really matter. We could have done this a turn earlier, and yeah, it could have saved us a little bit. Well, potentially got us 1 extra damage.
Go ahead, take notes.
But now they're completely trapped in. We've got more than 5 damage here. Florio, I believe, is only just going to be in range anyway. Oh wait, Florio's range is all the way back here. So yeah, Florio can get all of this, but if they do, they're going to hit their own captain, and I think we've just got this locked up here. They're going to have some really sort of fancy footwork here to get out of this situation. I don't think that's it, especially not considering they've now blocked themselves in even further. They can try and kill Maximus here, but... So that puts them to 9, and we've got more than 9 on the battlefield right now. So I'm not worried here at all. We've got this all finished up here. So if I were them, I'd have probably used 2 Cinder to try and pull something away, maybe move back this way, put some move blocking down here. That could have done the job. Yeah.
Forget about
Okay,
me.
yeah, the fact that they've just didn't realise we wouldn't get knocked back either, they've just put themselves to completely dead. So that is GG. We've managed to win another game. 3 for 3 with this Extilior list. I absolutely think this is what I'm going to probably be taking to the tournament if it comes to it.
It is your exploration.
Really clean kills, beautiful animation on the death there, and more just fun with Extilior. Like, I just want to play more of this. I might even just play more off camera. It's just something that's really enjoyable. Hopefully you guys have had as much fun watching this as I've had playing it. I know it's strange for me to be doing the same list a few times, you know, within a couple of weeks, but yeah, there are limited options, and honestly, while there are other ideas, things I could do for fun, like just quirky lists or challenges and that sort of thing, I just really wanted to do something that I was going to enjoy playing, and I think that's, you know, what you guys are mostly here for. So please do give this list a try if you like it. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how it went for you. Like the video, it's very important. It keeps us like getting that engagement up and all that sort of thing. I don't really know how it works, but I've been told it's important anyway. And lastly, please do hit that subscribe button. We are really pushing for that growth on the channel, trying to get to 250 subs. I would love to see every single person that, you know, presses that button. I'd be so grateful. But most importantly, more than any of that, have a good day.